Are you interested in a Detroit Steel Wings t-shirt, hoodie, tank top, or coffee mug? Grab yours up until September 20th. Link is on screen and in the description. What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, and in this video, guys, I'm going to be bringing you our Week 2 Team Builder for the WBE, the World of Battle Entertainment Pokemon Draft League. If you guys have no idea what that is, check the playlist in the description for more information. There's a lot of fantastic coaches in there. Make sure you guys go check all of them out. This week, we're going up against KyleAye and the Miami Donphan, and last week we did suffer a very, very disappointing 0-4 loss to A-Drive and the St. Louis Rampardos, so we're looking to pick up that W, looking to bounce back this week. Let's go over Kyle's team really quickly here for those guys who do not know Kyle. Good friend of mine, founder of the P4G. Go show him some love. His channel will be in the description of this video. So first up, overall, he drafted Mega Lopunny. Very fast Mon, capping out at 205. Scrappy ability does make it a little bit harder to deal with for some people. Does have Scissor, very good Mon. We're familiar with that. P4G Technician can be run defensively or offensively. Tangrowth, often put into a more defensive set with the Regenerator ability, very nice. Sylveon, we're familiar with through the GBA. Pixelate ability, can be offensive, can be defensive. Good Cleric, good Wish Passer as well. Crocodile, very, very solid Mon that we're also familiar with. Intimidate, Moxie ability, can be a Rock Setter, can be a Scarf Sweeper. Another Mon that has a lot of diversity to it. So far, Kyle's team is looking very, very intimidating. Salazzle. Fast Pokemon, caps out at 185, I believe it's a base 117. The Corrosion ability is very nice. It does give it access to poison Pokemon such as my Scolipede and my Skarmory on top of every other Pokemon on my team. Good Poison and Fire Stab, can take access to the Fire EMZ Z-Crystal that he did draft. Tyrantrum, stupid hard-hitting Pokemon with a Rock Head ability, Stab, Head Smashes, Outrage, all that fun stuff. Electros, often seen as more of a 4-move slot syndrome type Pokemon on League format teams. We have used it. Levitate ability, good for slow momentum out of there. Access to things like Super Fang, Knockoff. Swellow, we just played Swellow with the P4G with the, if you guys missed that video went up earlier today or later today. I don't know what order these are going up in today, but we did have to deal with Swellow this week in P4G as well. So special, physical, very, very fast. Slowking kind of pairs in very well with that Tangrowth that he does have, Regenerator ability, Water Psychic, a little bit more bulky on the special defensive side. And then Lantern, Volt Absorb and Water Absorb, two really good abilities, does have access to be a heal builder, does have U-turn, or switching momentum with Volt Switch, excuse me. So let's talk about Rockers. Rockers has its setters, removal, all that stuff. He's got Rockers in the form of Crocodile and Tyrantrum. He has no spike setters, but Salazzle can set up T-spikes. He has a Defogger in the form of Scissor and Swellow, and his only Cleric, I believe, is a Lantern. So let's go ahead and break down the team really quickly. I do want to give a huge shout out to the front office for helping me out. This is one, my boy Confusion, helping me build this team. We built around one team, and then he kind of went through and improvised it, and we collabed on this team a lot together. Shout out to my boy. First up here, we're rocking Skarmory. So the whole theme behind this team is we want to speed pass into either Alolan Marowak or Conkeldurr and sweep his team. We've got a really nice wall core to be able to shrug off hits and stuff, being able to hazard stack, wear down some of his walls, so that's a little bit easier. We've got physically defensive Skarmory here, 244 HP, 252 max defense, 12 special defense, bold nature, Roost, Whirlwind, Toxic, and Spikes. We are able to set up Spikes. We can phase out setup sweepers. We can phase out things over the Spikes as well. Roost for the recovery. Toxic to wear down things like the Tangrowth, toxic to wear down things like the Sylveon, toxic to wear down things like the Electros, toxic to wear down things like the Slowking and the Lantern as well. So in case he's like, oh, I'll bring this in freely because then I can just Volt Switch out or Thunderbolt out or do something, we can get a clean Toxic off. Roost, like I said, for the recovery, pairing him with that Leftovers. 12 special defense does help us deal with a specially offensive Swellow just a little bit more in case he does decide to bring that. Very, very physical Mon, very, very good Mon, unless he brings the Fire Punch or the Thunder Punch on Mega Lopunny. Not doing too much. High jump kicks obviously do hurt. He can get away with running an Adamant Mega Lopunny and a modest Swellow as well, so that is something to keep in mind when running damage calcs. Next up here, we do have Ka-Chow, the Scolipede. Originally I had Black Sludge on here, but it was brought to my attention that Red Card is a little bit better, and I do actually agree with that. So Red Card, Speed Boost, Protect, Sub, Baton Pass, Poison Jab, 44 HP, Max Attack, Adamant, 212 Speed. After a speed boost from this thing, we're outspeeding his entire team. The goal is to pass 3 speed, plus 3 speed, either Conkeldurr or Alolan Marowak and sweep. We can do that with things like a combination of Protect, Substitute, and the Red Card as well. Priority on Scissor does make it a little bit hard, but I do like the Max Attack Poison Jab because even if our setup sweepers go down, a base 100 attack Pokemon, a Max Attack Adamant, Stab Poison Jab into something like Tangrowth or Sylveon will hurt very, very much so. In fact, if he's not running a defensive Sylveon, it will one-shot it from full, which is very nice. But like I said, the plan is to pass 3 speed to either Conkeldurr or to the Alolan Marowak. A substitute would be nice, but it's not necessary. Just the 3-speed is going to be good. Conkeldurr, Pennywise, the Conkeldurr, rocking Flame Orb Guts. Flame Orb Guts this week. Drain Punch, Knockoff, Mach Punch, and Poison Jab. 252 max attack, 244 speed, and then 4 in HP defense, special defense, because you don't want those EVs to go waste. You want that odd number of HP for the entry hazards. This is a really good Pokemon this week. This is a disgustingly good Pokemon this week. Nothing on his team appreciates this Mon, especially after a Flame Orb boost. Especially after a Flame Orb Guts boost, nothing appreciates this. Facade was originally on here instead of Poison Jab, but Poison Jab does do more to things like the Tangrowth and do more to the Sylveon, which is really nice. And those are the really Mons that kind of sit in front of this thing. So, Drain Punch and things like Mega Lopunny. Scissor doesn't take a Guts boosted Drain Punch very, very well. Knockoff removes a lot of items. Poison Jab hits the Sylveon. Drain Punch hits Crocodile. Mach Punch hits Crocodile. Knockoff hits the Salazzle. Even then, Salazzle's more of a glass cannon, so even though it does resist the Drain Punch, it doesn't want to take one. Fighting Stab hits a Tyrantrum. Fighting Stab hits Electros. Mach Punch Guts boosted into Swallow. Like, yeah, it's normal flying, so it's a neutral hit. Oh my god, but still hurts really, really bad. Slowking does not take a knockoff. In fact, a Guts boosted Flame Orb knockoff does tremendous... Excuse me for that. Does tremendous damage to Slowking. And then, of course, Drain Punch does also hurt the Lantern as well, so... Really good Mon. We got to be careful timing our Drain Punches with our Flame Orb just in case we are running low or just in case the roll is in Kyle's favor. For knocking this thing out, we do need an option for a Drain Punch to keep this thing alive. We do have Wish Passing available, which I'll talk about in a bit. Next up here, Casey Bones, Alolan Marowak, rocking that Fit Club Rock Head ability, Flare Blitz, Shadow Bone, Boomerang, and Protect. 12 HP, 252 max attack, 244 speed with an Adamant Nature. Originally, I had a Brick Break on here, but we opted in for Boomerang. Rockhead Flare Blitz is stupid good. So, 252 max attack, Adamant Thick Club. That's doubling the attack stat, which is absolutely incredible. It's 290 attack at level 50. I mean, you really gotta prep for this thing. So, passing +3 speed into this thing nukes his whole team. You need like 5 Shuckaberries in order to prepare for this thing. You need like an Akaberry. So, what ends up happening is once we get to +3, we outspeed his whole team. Flare Blitz kills Mega Lopunny. Flare Blitz kills Scissor. Flare Blitz kills Tangrowth. Shadow Bone kills a non-defensive Sylveon. Flare Blitz kills the Crocodile. Boomerang kills the Salazzle. Boomerang kills the Tyrantrum. Flare Blitz kills the Electros. Flare Blitz kills the Swallow. Shadow Bone kills the Slowking. And Boomerang kills the Lantern. So, Boomerang is nice too, just in case he does have like Sash users, or in case he does have the Shuka users. It does nerf the first hit of Boomerang, but then the second hit does do full damage, so I really, really do like that. Like I said, +3 Alolan Marowak, that's the plan. We go in, we pass to this thing first. Conkeldurr's more of there in the background because it does have that priority Mach Punch. He doesn't really need... He can take more hits than Alolan Marowak can, so if we can speed pass to this thing, boom, got it. Awesome, cool. Next up here, Shinigami, the Umbreon. She is bringing Groundium Z, excuse me, with the synchronized ability. How many times have I said Groundium and someone is in the comment section been like, Crimson CBAD, it is Groundium. Groundium Z, synchronized ability, Protect, Wish, Dig, and Foul Play. 244 HP, 12 in defense, 252 max special defense with a careful nature. This thing is set to be, in case he does bring like a Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot Salazzle does hurt a lot of Mons. If he can get +2 up and we're not prepared to speed boost, with proper coverage, Salazzle can run our team. So this is kind of a Salazzle check. Groundium Z. Groundium Z does, with Protect, we do take a +2 Inferno Overdrive from this thing in case he does decide to set up and then try to nuke us. And then in return, we can Groundium Z dig back that, what is it, Tectonic Rage? Tectonic Rage, is that one it is? Tectonic Rage, I believe, is the Groundium Z move. Does knock it out, obviously. A Groundium Z Mud Slap kills it because of that 4x weakness. But, yeah, that's our plan for this. It can Protect, it can Wish. We can Wish pass into things like Skarmory, Conkeldurr, Alolan Marowak, all that good stuff. Foul Play. Hurts things like Mega Lopunny, Scissor, all those Mons that do have a already ginormous attack stat. Foul Play does hurt those. So, Umbreon's a really good glue to a team. I'm really liking Umbreon in draft format. And then last but not least, we're bringing Uno, the Rhydon, Eviolite, Lightning Rod ability, Stealth Rock, Earthquake Rock, Last and Toxic. 244 HP, 12 in attack, 252 max defense, Impish Nature. Another good physical check for things like Scissor, for things like Mega Lopunny, for things like Crocodile. Getting up rocks in combination with spikes is going to be really nice. It does do 25% to Swallow on the turn. Doesn't have any fire types, which is weird that he drafted the Fire MZ Crystal, but Stealth Rocks would be nice to hazard stacks, that way Conkeldurr and Alolan Marowak can come through and sweep. Earthquake hits everything on his team except for Electros and Swallow. Rock Blast hits both of those things. Toxic does hit things like Slowking on the switch. Tangrowth on the switch in case he decides to switch those things in. So, all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm really looking forward to this team matchup. I'm really hoping to accomplish the whole speed pass from Scolipede into the Alolan Marowak thing, and I hope you guys are excited too. Make sure you guys pick up your Detroit Steel Wing shirts. Links to that will be in the description of this video, available until the 20th. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm the Let the Soundtrack Bang, and we'll talk to you all soon. Later.